This is Money News Small Business with Prue MacSween on 2GB 873.
2GB.
Well, for something a little different now, we've been talking a lot this week about increasing productivity through good time management and organisation. Tonight we thought we'd expand on that theme and explore the ancient art of Feng Shui. Joining us now is Feng Shui guru Jane Langof from Feng Shui Concepts. Thanks for joining us. Now, for those who don't understand what Feng Shui is, can you explain it?
Yeah, sure. Feng Shui focuses on the flow of energy in our surroundings and how this energy can impact people on a mental, physical and spiritual level. So each building has a unique map of energy that influences the health, wealth and relationships of the people living there. True Feng Shui isn't really based on superstition or religion. It's all about the energy flow in a building. And so if you've noticed a shop or office that's had a history of business failure or a building that's constantly up for lease, it's likely that the energy in the building isn't supportive from a Feng Shui perspective. And the same goes for homes as well. Sometimes you might find that a home might be characterised by people who are always sick or in financial difficulty or have poor relationships. And that's also Feng Shui in action.
So what are some of the don'ts, that we should be really looking out for when we're either leasing a property or otherwise, if we've got an office already set up, what should we be avoiding?
Well, when you're looking for a property, one thing is what's happened to the previous occupants. If there's a pattern with previous occupants going bankrupt or having financial difficulties, this could be an indication that the energy in the building doesn't support the finances of the business. Now, if you've got an existing office, one big thing that will affect your Feng Shui is the amount of clutter that you've got. And clutter is defined as the things that you don't need, use or love. And in an office it could be outdated paperwork, redundant stock, and even email clutter. And clutter causes problems like fatigue, lack of motivation, and in general creates an unpleasant workspace.
So what should we be looking for? I know that in some cases you're supposed to have water in the office, or you've got to be careful which way your desk is facing, those kinds of things?
Yeah, well, with desk placement and the place that you sit in an office, the big tip is firstly to place your chair in a position where you can see the door and the people who are entering your office. And this is a position of power and authority and provides you with a sense of security. Also sit with your back towards a solid wall because this helps to provide backing and support for your ideas. And if you're sitting in a large open space and it's not possible to have a solid wall behind you, try placing a partition or screen behind your chair. And this is more important if you're working in a really large office.
What about colour? Is colour something that plays a role in Feng Shui?
Yeah, colour is very important in Feng Shui because it influences the energy in a room. And some colours are better than others in certain areas. And generally I advise people to stay away from very bold colours like bright red, because they have a big influence on your Feng Shui, and that can be a positive or negative depending on where it's located. And the same goes with water features as well. You have to be careful with water features and where they're placed because they can enhance positive energy or aggravate negative energy depending on where they are.
Okay, well, gosh, I know it's such a fascinating topic. We could go on forever, but I really thank you for that. Jane, if somebody wants to have more information about Feng Shui, what's the best way to do that?
Log on to my website, which is fengshuiconcepts.com.au.
Oh, well, I really appreciate your time, Jane. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Prue. Thank you.
And, well, that's an interesting one. Perhaps you'd like to delve more into it. Jane Langof from Feng Shui Concepts is the lady. And again, that email is fengshuiconcepts.com.au. And if you'd like to know more about it, you can always email me at pmacsween@2gb.com.